Hi. Hello, lovely, amazing people of Lockdown Book Club. Um, I hope you're well. I'm so hungover today. I've achieved next to nothing. It's only since about 7:30 that I've managed to peel myself off the sofa. Um, and I've just achieved next to nothing. But hi, no more rum for me ever. Becky, where have you gone? Sorry, don't know if you can hear that dinging bell, but that is my dog calling me to the kitchen to tell me she wants to go out. Good girl. Sorry about this. There she goes. Little bell down here, and that's how we know that she is going out. Sorry about all the swinging around of the camera there. Good girl. Oh, my little house trained puppy. You're so cute. Right, she's outside. But yes, I am hungover to the max. It's my own stupid fault for drinking about 2/3 of a litre of Bacardi. Hello, baby. Good girl. Yes, you got a treat. Good girl. You want to say hello to book club? She's over there. Mackie dog. Are you perfect? I love her. Anyway, hi everyone else. I hope you've all been well. Thank you so much for putting up with me last week, being a flaky little sausage. I had a few people come to stay, just to sort of make the most of there being slightly shorter restrictions. So things went a bit out the window, but it was very nice. Yes, Lady Frag, it is kind of a reverse Pavlov. She's actually got better at it. When she first learnt it, she was dinging it just to get our attention, like, oh, I can get them to come to the kitchen if I ding this. But now she does seem to only do it when she needs a wee, so quite pleased with her. She's adorbs. Welcome back. So what I was thinking is, as we're going back into full lockdown, and gigs are all cancelled until at least December, I was thinking we start a new story. So I reckon let's wrap up the Tingian adventure this week and start some new voting at the end, just so that new people that are locked down and sad about it can join, and they won't have to sort of come in halfway through a story, and we can get our third adventure on the go. So I think that might be fun. So tomorrow will have to be a pre-recorded, as I'm going out to make the most of days before lockdown. If we don't get it finished in time, I guess we could just run them both concurrently until this one is wrapped up. Like, if it doesn't come to a natural end, but I will try and shimmy it. Mystic wants a Christmas story. I love it. Yeah, I'm happy to write a Christmas story. Yeah, who is Diane? Who's Diane, Ben? Oh, that scamper means she's bringing something gross into the house. What have you got? I don't even know what that is. I think it's a hairband. I'm very sorry. I need to go and rescue that. Becky, no. Come here. Drop it. Drop it. I don't recognise this hairband, so it's anyone's guess whose it is or where's it come from. Stop staring at me like I'm the devil. Just chew one of the many million things I fought you for chewing. Ugh. Anywho, so yeah, a Christmas story. I'm sorry I'm yawning. I'm really asleep all day. Oh dear. Thank you, Chris. I love my paintings. They're by a brilliant artist called Alice Gorton, who lives in Gloucestershire. I couldn't recommend her more. We actually have 3 of her paintings. I adore her. That one was the first one we got. That one was a recent one we got. And then over there in the dining room is the one that Tom got me for my birthday this year. Happy girl. So I hope you're all very well. I should just read the chapter, shouldn't I? Because my brain's broken because I pickled it in rum and jam. Oh, okay. Chapter 35. Let's do the story, and then tomorrow I will be my sparkling, brilliant self again. Chapter 35. It took longer than Mavis and Aesmar had hoped to get the battalions out and searching for Vanweer. Aesmar realised grudgingly what a brilliant job her mother had done all these years of gaining instant obedience from people who followed her. Cruelty and a brilliant mind would do that, Aesmar supposed. Eventually, the troops were on the ground, combing the city from building to building, looking for the fugitive. The Tingian citizens were compliant as ever in letting them in to have their homes searched. As long as they removed their boots first, no need to cause a fuss if the neighbours weren't. I haven't read that very well at all. Sorry, I was distracted by Tom coming in. The Tingian citizens were compliant as ever in letting them in to have their homes searched, so long as they removed their boots first. No need to cause a fuss if the neighbours weren't. It took all day for the battalions to reach each other, back at the assigned meeting place, having scoured their sectors. Mavis hopped from foot to foot, wringing her hands expectantly. Any sign? She asked, the sloping notes of her tone suggesting she already knew the negative answer. No, ma'am, said a sergeant. Not even a clue as to where she has been. She's vanished. Asmar and Mavis dismissed the troops back to their training and then retreated to Vanweer's office. She's vanished, Mavis whimpered, looking fearfully around the office as if she expected Vanweer to leap off the bookshelf and attack them at any minute. She can't have vanished, Mavis. Think logically. I'm banning Swedish from the next story, just so that you know. Asmar said gently, trying to prompt Mavis to think it through. But she's nowhere, Mavis cried. We've searched the whole city and not a trace of her. And so if she's not in the city, then... She trailed off as she looked at Asmar and the single finger Asmar was pointing up to the ceiling. Up there? She might have gone above ground. Mavis's voice was little more than a whimper, and Asmar smiled at how endearing the nervous little Tingian was. She will have gone after the stone, of course, Asmar said thoughtfully. She will have realized she can't get in here to continue with her blackmailing, and so will have gone above ground to hunt down Ezra and Marine. We need to follow her. Mavis looked appalled. Us? Go above ground? Me? Go above ground? Oh no, I don't think I can. I've heard all about these things called birds, and I hate the idea of a sky. It just goes on forever. Did you know that? There's no roof, and it's endless, and the birds can take you up in it if you're not well behaved. And oh no, Asmar, please don't make me go above ground. Calm down, said Asmar, raising her voice to stop the hysterics streaming out of Mavis. I'm not going to make you do anything you don't want to do. I'm not my mother. Help me ready the troops and free the Skylons and Aliette, and then you can stay below and look after them. Lapland is a little bit Swedish. It is where Finland, Norway, and Sweden cross the Arctic Circle. Fun fact, I lived in Finnish Lapland for 2 months after I graduated when I worked as an elf. Mavis visibly sagged with relief, and you eat those hula hoops quietly if you're coming in here, Thomas Neal. Guinness and some oysters. Ooh, what a fancy life you lead. Mavis visibly sagged with relief and whimpered gently. Thank you, Asmar. You're right. You're nothing like your mother. She fumbled with the huge keyring on her belt and produced 2 keys. I'll away and release Aliette and the Skylorns now. Would you like me to bring them to you here? Ready salted. The hangover crisp of the gods. Asmar's heart panged. More than anything, she wanted to see Aliette, to comfort her and hold her and reassure herself that Aliette was healthy and safe and happy. But she shook her head, trying to stay strong and focused on the mission. There isn't time, she said to a wide-eyed Mavis. I need to get above ground and make sure Vanweer has as little time as to surprise the others as possible. She will try every dirty trick she can to get that stone, and if she has it, we have no idea what kind of thing she will be capable of. We mustn't think about that now. I want messages sent to each battalion leader. I want them in formation out in the square, ready to march as soon as possible. They need to be kitted out for possibly a lengthy stakeout. Tell them they are going above ground. Then head to the Skylorns and Aliette. Get them to safety. Make sure they are fed and cared for. And tell Aliette I love her. I'll be back for her as soon as I can. Mavis nodded and then silently started forward and took Asmar's hand to give it a little squeeze. Asmar dismissed her and then looked around the office to see if there was anything in there she might want or need on the mission. She scanned Vanweer's shelves of books and mementos, not a single indication that she had a daughter or anybody. Aesma thought of Eliette and smiled. She would take Vanweer down for her. As soon as the battalions were formed, they marched out through the city with hundreds and thousands of Tingian faces at windows watching them leave. Everyone knew something big was going down, but there were a million conflicting stories about what it could be. Everyone knew this was a once-in-a-lifetime event, and they wished it was happening in another lifetime, so theirs could have been blissfully peaceful like all good Tingian lives should be. Above ground, oh, pause. Above ground, the sky was a gentle grey. So beautiful, Vanweer thought, compared to the dim browns of the mud below ground. It was so big up here, so much space and opportunity. When she had the stone, she would make sure Tingians were never banished below ground again. Who were these humans to have kept them hidden in the shadows and the mud for so long? Once the stones were reunited and she had solved the riddle of how to release their power, she would bring the army up here and crush the humans. She crept round the side of the hedge, listening to the low voices within. She could make out Ezria's tone and the harsher sounds of the topsider accents too. Vanweer pulled herself up into the lower branches of the hedge to get a better vantage point. There seemed to be 5 or so of them, all huddled round a body on the floor. She peered in and saw it was Marine, lying stretched out on the ground with Kuran at her head, stroking her hair. She didn't look pale, and Vanweer thought she could just about make out a subtle rise and fall of her chest breathing. So Marine was unconscious? Did that mean she didn't have the stone? Vanweer leant back into the branch and contemplated what to do next. So, you can decide what Vanweer does next. Does Vanweer try and lure them out with noises? Try and sneak in and look for the stone when they sleep? Try and kill Marine from outside the hedge? Or wait for them to leave and then pick them off? You can decide what Vanweer gets up to. So get voting, and I will be writing. The noises can be anything. I'll take suggestions on the noises. I'll be writing tomorrow and recording early evening and posting it for a 10 p.m. premiere for you all. So there you go. Marine has not come round yet from giving her life force to LF and Mortglade. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow, won't we? Have a good evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Big love. Bye.